Okay, before we get into this video, I think I need to make a couple big disclaimers. This video is not even fucking remotely close to anything I've made on this channel before. Okay, I've done drama content before, and while this will contain a bit of like humor in the video, actually quite a bit, this video is, in terms of like the topics we're going to discuss, it'll be far more serious than any of the drama videos that I've done before. There's topics in here that I'm definitely going to take more serious than other topics, but this is going to be a very mature video, and it's going to discuss things such as racism, assault, grooming, nudes, general pedophilia, and it's not gonna like show any gore, but it's gonna mention gore being sent. So if any of those topics disgust you in a major way, then please just avoid this video. Seriously, I appreciate the support, but your sanity is more important to me than any view or like or comment. Now for the second disclaimer, please, and I do mean please under zero circumstances, do not try to contact the victims involved in this video or try to guess who they are. Like, seriously, let's not be dicks about this. Let's try to be, I don't know, fucking normal. This isn't a fucking guess who game, and this video will have evidence of why we shouldn't play around with this situation. This video is going to detail a lot of things that a lot of the people involved in this video just want to be left alone about and were even reluctant to come forward about in the first place. And if I do mention names, I don't want you to use that as a reason to go find these people or to go search them up, because your curiosity seriously isn't fucking worth it. Like, you're not gonna find anything interesting, trust me. That said, if you decide to go after any of the douchebags I name drop, I'm not saying you should, but I'm not gonna really stop you either. So, yeah, with all that out of the way, let's get into this video. Happy holidays, everyone. Oh boy, what a present this is. I'm back. So, yeah, basically I took some time off, and in all honesty, I was going to be gone for longer. See, I've been very locked in and based on trying to get my career off the ground in real life. I've also been working on a lot of animated projects simultaneously, which, yeah, no clue when those are coming out. At this point, I don't think they will. Point being, I wasn't supposed to come back to YouTube this quickly. And honestly, I do still feel burnout. Then I got name dropped on something I didn't do, which I'll talk about more later. But basically, I kind of got name dropped by someone who I had previously called out for many things like 2 years ago. The thing I got name dropped on was some troll bullshit that I, in all honesty, had zero involvement in, and I didn't even know happened until someone showed me. At first, I re-downloaded Discord to confront them about it, but then I started thinking about what that beef was started by in the first place, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy's literally fucking Hitler. No, seriously, what I'm about to go over in this video is genuinely some heinous shit. This is probably my biggest project yet. I mean, shit, most of you have seen the time by now. And when you know the full story by the end of this video, you'll understand why I put so much effort in this video. I mean, I used 3 different editing softwares. I wrote a script, which I rarely ever do for fucking YouTube videos. I paid people for help with it, or I will by the end of it. I even considered hiring people to narrate the screenshots. And yeah, as I said earlier, I paid people, which I never do because I'm fucking broke. As you probably saw on my Instagram, which link in the description, I have animations too. So yeah, there's a lot of effort in this. I organized the screenshots and voice messages in the folders, which again, I never do. I'm not organized. You're probably asking why? It can't be that bad. Oh, well, you'll see, because this video is going over 5 years of repeated behavior that has harmed many people, and him and his little cronies are trying to protect themselves and shame victims by covering it up and dumbing down their feelings by saying it was a while ago when it was in fact not a while ago. But enough introduction, blah, blah, blah from me. Let's actually dive into this thing, because yeah, you see how long the video is, and I don't want to have to make a part 2, but one's coming. I just know I'm gonna have to update. Ladies, Gentlemen and others, sit down, grab a snack, switch tabs if you want to, and please just shut the fuck up and save the comments for the end of the video. As I present to you my my longest project yet. This is To Catch a Luminary.
Take it from me, someday we'll all be free. Take it from me, someday we'll all be free. Just wait and see, someday we'll all be free. Take it from me, someday.
Michael Wilbon, you fat, bald-headed, no-neck midget, I sentence you to 3,000 lashes for conduct unbecoming a black man.
Okay, for the sake of time and general neatness, I think I'm going to discuss everything in somewhat of order from least to most disgusting. Now, I've mostly picked stuff that I thought was worthy of being brought up in a takedown video because, trust me, if I documented everything I disliked, this video would have another couple hours just tacked onto it, and I don't want to waste anyone's time with something that's going to turn into a rant. So, yes, Luminary, aka Lumi, is a total fucking pick-me. Like, it's not even funny. Now, another reason I chose this segment to be first is, unfortunately, a majority of the screenshots for this segment are in deleted Discord servers, so you kind of just have to take my word for it. Trust me, receipts for the rest of these allegations, whether or not we want to read them, are coming. Anyway, in this case, we gotta bring up the fact that this guy's a total pick-me, like I said earlier. This dude sits in Discord servers, in some cases with actual, like, self-proclaimed neo-Nazis, just making black jokes, and, like, not funny ones, just weird haha black kind of jokes. I mean, I don't know, man. That's kind of fucking weird to me. Like, he does it so often that even the white people around him get uncomfortable. And don't get me wrong, dark humor is fine. Later in this video, you'll see that I generally don't mind dark humor at all. But it's really weird when you're that one guy who's like, I'm black and I'm not offended. Like, okay, buddy, you're not the emperor of black people. I don't know, man. It's just not a good look, especially when you're usually the only black guy in the server and you're talking about some, I'm one of the cool ones. You guys could say the N-word around me. Like, have a fucking backbone, bro. This guy even has a damn group chat talking about killing all the Jews. And it's like, dude, you're a fucking cornball. I bet a butt this guy actually celebrated that shooting in Australia. Oh my God, the Jews control everything. What, do they control your shower schedule too? Jesus fuck, bro. Now, you're probably thinking, Kimball, this wasn't worth a long-ass essay video, but trust me, everything I'm bringing up in these next few chapters will be important for the end. This is all going to tie together. I just need you to stick with me as I summarize the things that are about to get brought up, and hopefully Instagram Reels hasn't cooked your attention span that much. Anyway, on to the next chapter. Okay, in all honesty, this might be a short segment. I'm not sure if this is necessarily worse than disgracing an entire race of people or, I don't know, being a fucking anti-Semite, but I know it's more embarrassing on a personal level, so fuck it, I'll put it here. Luminary here has a long, and I do mean long, I'm talking Drake long ass history of playing the victim and saying anything to evoke sympathy from people. It's pretty pathetic. I mean, if you ask me or somebody fucking normal, and since you're watching this video, you did ask me. Anyway, this one I have screenshots of, where he likes to put cryptic ass depressing notes or statuses on his bio, or roleplay ass typing in fucking group chats and servers where he's like, ugh, chatter cunt, I can't bother to go on. Like, are we fucking serious? You couldn't get cornier. I get there's venting, and some people do vent off of posting their feelings like this, but his vents come off as some of the weirdest, like, I don't even know how to describe it, and they come out at the weirdest times. Like, somebody will pick on him for something as simple as, I don't know, not being fucking funny, and he would put some cryptic ass emo shit on his note like, nobody loves me. Like, shut that shit up, you burger. This is the type of stuff that makes you a cornball. I get it. I know what his Glazers are gonna say, but he's sad. And yes, maybe he is, but this is not the way to go about it. And anyone who has interactions with people in the outside world would know that. Like, if you're getting criticized on something as easy to fix as, I don't know, not sitting around in your house all the fucking time and being a cornball, and your response is to put it on your note about not nobody loving you despite so many people defending you from... That's fucking yikes, man. Look at what your friends defend. Now, don't worry, we will get to that screenshot again, but this just turns to show that clearly people do care about him, and he just weaponizes what he's been through in his life to diminish criticism, which, yeah, pretty fucking pathetic, dude. I swear this video is going somewhere worthy of attention. Just give me a second. I need to summarize these things so it all makes sense at the end. Oh boy, so this might end up being a short chapter too. I just briefly wanted to go over screenshots and stories I have of Luminary being like just generally a shitty friend to people. Subtle foreshadowing to the end of the video, but this guy who is the reason he even has the platform at this point, the guy who has consistently protected him and convinced impressionable people to defend him, aka Kever, isn't safe from this guy either. Luminary consistently always has something rude to say about Kever and or the people in his server, which I mean, some gratitude, hello? Even his exes he's weird about as well. He sits in group chats talking about different girls that he's been with like they're fucking infinity stones, and he likes to describe their bodies in public voice chats. And like some of those exes he still claims to be friends with, but then he'll like rate their bodies on a scale of 1 to 10 around people. Like, well, what the fuck are we doing? He also is just generally a person that just goes with the flow with the group. This guy will act like he's friends with someone and then turn around and trash on them around people that don't like said person. You know, like a good friend does. Are you starting to question why I hate how people still defend him? People genuinely only like this guy for the facade he puts on. But he sent a funny reel about the Jews and the Holocaust. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. This guy literally sends fucking pictures where like the entire joke is just some tragedy, and then like that's the punchline. Either that or like he'll just send porn. Like, dude, like pissing out kidney stones is funnier than you. Okay, here's where things start to get really, really bad. For those of you half listening to this because I spammed you with the link on Instagram, I apologize for some of the things you're about to hear. So, shocker, the guy that can't stay loyal to his race, his mentality, or his friends can't stay loyal to his partners either. Wow, what a fucking surprise. So this is where a lot of the receipts are going to begin to come into this video, so prepare yourself. This guy has a history going all the way back to fucking 5 years ago, the COVID 2020 years, cheating on girls, and like, I can't lie, this dude's on like a 2010s Marvel run with how many cheating allegations he has. It's fucking insane. First, there was his cheating allegations with a fucking guy pretending to be a girl. And no, I don't mean that in a trans hater way either. I mean a guy genuinely catfishing people on Discord just for fun, just for the love of the game. Basically, there was an account named Amber, and her profile picture was Amber from Genshin Impact. So original. Of course, this fucking predator likes Genshin Impact foreshadowing. So anyway, Amber from Genshin Impact, he banged. Yes, he banged Amber from Genshin Impact because she had Amber from Genshin Impact on her profile picture. So yeah, he cheated on Amber from Genshin Impact after he roleplay banged Amber from Genshin Impact, I guess. I don't fucking know, dude. It's Discord. What are you expecting? And right after, like literally right after, he cheated on this girl named Titanium, aka Tay, and he openly bragged about it. like literally just fucking bragged about it in public. And you're probably wondering, well, how did this end? Surely somebody said something. How did he get brought to justice for this? Because, you know, that's pretty douchey to brag about, you know, infidelity, adultery. Wait, was infidelity the right word? I don't fucking know. Anyway, so yeah, you're probably wondering, well, what came of this? fucking nothing. Yeah, he got away with 2 cheatings in 1 year because nobody liked either of the girls. Yeah, anyone within his circle that could have could have held him accountable just fucking didn't, because I guess Titanium wasn't the best person and Amber from Genshin Impact was literally a catfish. So yeah, great logic, assholes. Then in 2021, he decided to take a year off from cheating. He was putting up insane numbers, and he had to take a break from the, before the streak continued. Brady didn't make the Super Bowl every year. Oh, god damn. So yeah, he took a year off from being a whore and had public incest roleplay sex with this girl named Rosanna. I don't fucking know, man. It's Discord. What are you expecting? And they even had a nickname for it because, of course they did. They called it sibling bonding time, which they would both say in either group chats or Discord servers when they were going to go in DMs, or sometimes just straight up have sexual role plays in front of everyone. What the fuck is this app, bro? Damn, dude. So yeah, there was that. Then there was 2022, where Lumi was in his fucking bag in terms of douchery. Like, top tier douchebaggery. I'm talking like Andrew Tate numbers of douchebaggery on Discord. This guy first got back with Rosanna, had a little bit more incest roleplay sex with her before learning that she wasn't his type of young child. Sorry, spoiler. Before learning that she wasn't what he wanted, I guess, or some shit. I don't fucking know, dude. What does he even want? Then he got back with another girl, and they lasted 3 months. Okay. Then he got back with Rosanna again and had roleplay sex with her for a little bit, but this time he played it off as a joke. What the fuck? Then he cheated on the girl he left for Rosanna with my ex at the time, my newly broken up with ex named Carol, and got caught being evil with her ass and was like, not my fault. My legs are permanently glued open. I can't close them. And he got away with being a bot because echo chamber friend group. Yeah, hopefully you're noticing the themes by now. But our little goat of the cheating game didn't stop here. Oh, no. He decided to get another championship that year and went for a girl named Snowy. What the fuck kind of username is that? Who convinced him to break up with the girl he was with and get with her instead. My girl, are you fucking stupid? So then these two burgers lived happily ever after until, oh wait, no they didn't. See, in 2023, he... take a wild guess. Cheated on her. Fucking crazy plot twist, huh? Then he threatened to kill himself when he got caught, and they got back together? Survival instincts of a fucking chocolate bar. Holy shit. Then that same year he went back to fucking Rosanna-chan. Yeah, she's back in the story, I guess. Then in 2024 he decided, no, I got more in me. Ghosted her. After telling her that he cared about her so much for like months. Ghosted Rosanna-chan and decided to increase his douche status. So, pop quiz. What do you think he did? A, left the relationship and got off of Discord for a real fucking job. B, cheated on her. Oh fuck, why is everyone already picking B? Jeez, I didn't even get to finish. Yeah, if you chose B, then big shock, you're not retarded enough to be friends with this meatball. So, finally, in 2025, Snowy left his ass. And so did Rosanna, and his response was to not give a fuck. Whoa, what a shock. Yeah, wow. So you're probably wondering, gee, this is a lot of proof in history of cheating. Somebody said something, right? No. None of his friends are really good people, if I'm gonna be completely fucking honest. Most of them just listened to him when he brushed it off as mistakes or slip-ups, which is the excuse he uses every single freaking time this happens. And for those of you keeping count, that's about 12 times in 4.5 fucking years. Bro, what the fuck? But don't worry, because all his little semen suckers will insist that this was in the past and just a slip up. Because, when I'm depressed, I tend to mistakenly fuck 12 girls in 4 years. Mind you, all of this takes place in Discord. All of this is on Discord. This guy has obviously never touched a pussy in real life. Now, of course, though none of this fucking happened, though all of this happened and nothing fucking came of it, and the rare times people from my community stepped up, he either dodged it or played the victim card. So in conclusion, don't ever listen to stupid people. And you're starting to realize why this is really stressful, right? Why this warranted a video. Like when I get to the stuff later on, you'll understand why this warranted a video. But just off of this alone, you see why I'm frustrated right now, right? These guys are fucking idiots. And like, it's just annoying because these people will defend what other I'm on a run right now. Whatever he does, because, well, he sends funny memes sometimes, and, you know, sometimes he gets depressed. Like, boo fucking who, dude? Go to therapy. Okay, so I'm starting to realize this order makes no fucking sense. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm too lazy to go back and redo the order, so we're just gonna roll with it. I understand if people are irritated with how this video is being organized, and you know what? Maybe I should redo the video. No, I won't. Anyway, this chapter is just elaborating on some things and bringing up a new lore. Trigger warning, the following chapter will contain mentions of suicide and self-harm throughout the next few chapters. I'm on vacation right now, so I really don't know how much time I have to put timestamps, but I will try my best to put them in the description. So, Mr. Luminary here is, in general, just a douchebag. Shocker, shocker. As mentioned earlier, he likes to brush things off and surround himself with people who are content or even support his actions. He tends to cut people off that criticize his actions, such as myself, telling people that they're nuisances, or sometimes even putting those people in group chats with people who press them. In case you couldn't tell, this guy fucking sucks. So, him and his burger-ass cornballs press people for daring to criticize the Almighty. Then he also mocked someone and celebrated the fact that one of their friends went through a spiral from the harassment that him and his cronies sent. Yeah, somebody please kill this fucking dude. What the actual fuck? Mind you, this is the same guy who has expressed suicidal thoughts several times online. But with him using his mental illness and depression as a scapegoat for everything, boy who cried wolf type shit, because who the fuck is going to believe him when he's ever serious about it? So, Luminary's pretty fucking shitty. And we haven't even gotten to the worst part yet. That's for the last two chapters, 7 and 8. His friend Kever, who shelters him and gives him the highest role in his server, also participates in everything that I mentioned above, along with having a large amount of people who are also shitty in that server. Now, to be fair, one of the people I name dropped today bothered to respond. Yeah, not Luminary, because he's too based and red-pilled for that. Kever responded on YouTube before taking down the response, of course, where he basically just whined about people wanting to start drama. You fucking dork, you called somebody weak with a future sex offender in your Discord server over suicidal thoughts? You called them weak for... That's not wanting to start drama, my dude. That's just calling you out for being a douchebag. Probably one of the worst apologies I've ever witnessed. And I witnessed the Travis Scott and Ukulele apologies before they even had thousands of views. So, yeah, I've witnessed some pretty heinous shit, and this is on the list. To nobody's surprise, Luminary never said anything about any of this. Like, fucking at all. To be fair, it doesn't help when you're surrounded by a bunch of, like, I don't know, people who inhale your farts. But, like, it's worse when you still make jokes about this situation. But when a brave soul will ever dare to call him out, he'll probably just claim that it's in the past. Yeah, just remember how much he uses that excuse for chapter 7. But first, a filler arc. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep this chapter as brief as I can. I know the last 2 chapters are what most people are here for, but basically Luminary is, surprise, a porn addict. Oh, wow, I wouldn't have guessed from the way he talks and treats his partners. Now, you're probably wondering, why is this important? Well, for one, he likes to shame other people who act this way, and will go, or people who even may possibly have this addiction will go, what a weirdo, am I right? You're a degenerate. And 2, I'm being delusional and I believe I can get through his hard ass head and convince him to possibly change. And for 3, be fucking patient, I'm getting there, gosh. Anyway, yeah, Fork found in kitchen, the cheater is a porn addict. Now, naturally, as most sophisticated fine gentlemen tend to do, this distinguished person, a specimen as we may say, has a based musical selection for his fucking hentai jerk-off sessions. I I don't know, man. It's fucking Discord. What were you expecting? Look at this. Look at the cover art for this playlist. Where the fuck do you find these pictures, bro? What loser has this picture on their fucking computer or phone? I don't. Okay. Of course, these sessions come sometimes with an extinguished dish of Rule 34 on the X.com. Fucking yikes, man. Do this shit on your private alt account at least. At least he goons the baddies, I guess. On the bright side, good thing sperm dies when it touches air, or so I've heard. Because I wouldn't want miniature these things running around on Earth. One sperm waste human being from this bloodline is enough, man. I don't know. Like, not to shame anyone for watching porn, but like from him, especially when he shames other people for doing it, it's a little funny, man. The worst part is that all of this stuff he reposts ends up being like the girls' profile pictures he goes after. Like, okay, let me explain. If he reposts a character, say we'll use for example Princess Peach, he'll go after a girl who has Princess Peach on her profile picture on Discord. Like, on top of that, he likes to send some of this shit in public Discord servers, and it's just allowed, specifically by Kever, who, mind you, makes a bigger deal about being PG in every fucking stream than fucking Nigger30. I mean, Nick F30, I don't know. Yeah, not a good look, man. The hypocrisy is insane, and, oh, great. We're at chapter 7. Buckle up for this next chapter, because, yeah, this is where it gets weird. Okay, so this is the part of the video that most of you are probably here for, but I do want to give a trigger warning regardless. If you guys, most of you have probably seen a couple of the screenshots already, but I want to give a trigger warning for grooming, of course, references to sexual assault, mentions of people who have sexually assaulted people. So yeah, there's gonna be some heavy stuff in here. So yeah, just letting you know that's coming up. Also mentioning of some weird age gaps. I don't know if that's a trigger for people, but if it is, then this might be your time to click off the video, or maybe just skip to the next chapter or the conclusion. So yeah. Well, here we are, where everything ties together. Everything I went over, at least. Well, maybe not begins to, but like, actually, yeah, this is pretty much where it all ties together. The pedophilia. Now, off the bat, I'm gonna try to tone down my sense of humor for this segment, but just know all the all the jokes that I crack here are all jokes I've made around the victims who really could care less about my sense of humor and are completely fine with it. So I just want to let people know that, but for people who maybe don't like that, this might not be the video for you, or you can just skip to the next chapter, because I do understand maybe some people aren't okay with that. I want people to know that my sense of humor isn't to necessarily bring down the seriousness of these allegations. And I do understand that some people probably, it's different for them. So yeah, just gonna leave that there. What else did I want to say about this? Oh yeah, I still am gonna go for a slightly like lighter tone, while still acknowledging that we should we should be laughing at these guys, his dirtbag friends and him, but at the same time, I'm gonna try to take this a little more seriously than everything else. That's my point. Sorry for that little lag right there. For the sake of not having a I Love Kim Possible moment, though, I'll try not to go off topic with Sonic YouTube poop shorts in the middle of a predator exposing. I don't know. So, similar to the cheating allegations, the Luminary allegations of him being a predator also go very deep, arguably just as deep. This guy was going for a triple-double, damn, these allegations. Anyway, in 2020, remember that titanium girl I brought up? Well, 2020, this 16-year-old decided to cheat on his 13-year-old allegedly with a 10-year-old? Yeah, both of those girls I mentioned a few chapters back, yeah, those were fucking minors. Then that girl he left Rosanna for was 12? Oh, did I mention? And that's not alleged. That part is not alleged. I was around on Discord for that. Oh, did I mention he cheated on her with her niece who was 11? Mind you, it wasn't just flirty comments. I mean, he coerced these literal children into having roleplay fucking sex with him? What the fuck was this dumbass thinking exactly? Oh, well, if it looks big in a baby's hand. Somebody put this waste of sperm on the fucking front lines of Israel. Oh, wait, he'd probably fit in there. This kid was promised to me 3,000 years ago. Anyway, then, after these girls, he finally got with a grown woman. Wow, good job. Who, Jesus Christ, he sexualizes in front of minors in a Discord server. And mind you, this whole time he's manipulating them and taking advantage of them. Like, for example, they'll vent to him, and that's how he gets into the relationship with them. They'll be like, oh man, I don't think I look good. And he'll be like, nonsense, you do look good. And then 2 days later, he's asking him for roleplay sex. Like, this is just blatant grooming. Anyway, that adult girl he got with, he sexualized in front of minors in Discord servers who he had also talking like a little child on a high-pitched voice in a voice call. Son of a bitch, what the fuck is wrong with this app? Anyway, the degeneracy doesn't end there because, you know, of course the guy who calls people degenerates is a degenerate himself. He decided his response to this entire drama, these serious allegations that, like, I don't know, can ruin somebody's life, his response is that it was the past and mistakes from his depression. Yeah, you notice the theme now, right? He's not even good at covering these tracks either, as he recently, as recent as last year recently, was sexualizing the minor he groomed, showing off their private messages in a voice call, bragging about it, and talking about how thick her body was. Dude, put this guy feet first in the fucking wood chipper. He also talked sexually about another minor's thighs while he was dating that minor. The thumbnail might not have been clickbait shit. He also, shocker, has a lolly fetish, which he openly brags about online. And I don't think I need to get into lolly logic right now. I'm not arguing with some neckbeard who's going to go, actually, they're 3,000 years old. Which, no, dude, it looks like a child, okay? He even had other girls who he tried to cheat on or flirt with in Discord servers. And he would, like, flirt with minors and failed. All of them were fucking minors. These girls that he would flirt with in Discord servers. This guy's fucking Diddy, dude. I genuinely don't understand how people defend this guy. Well, they try to explain it, actually. Here's one of these people, for example, who was sent to defend Luminary after grooming an 11-year-old into roleplay sex. And this was his response. What the fuck? What do you possibly understand about fucking 11-year-olds online, bro? This is genuinely one of the most brain-dead situations I've ever dealt with. And this is one of the worst responses ever. Somebody check this nigga She Love Alex's fucking hard drive. Check everything. Check every electronic this motherfucker owns. Check the whole bloodline. What the fuck are you talking about? You kind of relate and a guy has urges. I've never had urges to fuck a child. Don't drag down the whole gender with you, bro. These guys are fucking stupid. He's one himself. There's no way he's not. Oh, wait, excuse me. This one is this guy is allegedly one himself there. So, with all these receipts, all these reasons to hate this guy, plenty of testimony and witnesses, you're probably wondering how it's taken 5 years for anybody to do anything about this, outside of, like, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 people making comments about how it's fucking weird, and rightfully so. Well, the other chapter that most of you are probably here for, let's get into the main reason this predator has a platform in the first place. The boy that I've mentioned every single time. Or maybe not every time, but I've mentioned him quite a bit. Kever. Once again, trigger warning, several triggering topics, just like earlier, will be things such as grooming and suicide that are going to be mentioned in this video, or in this chapter, so yeah. Luminary being sheltered in Kever's server is like shit being found in a toilet. Okay, let me start over. Luminary being sheltered and given a platform in Kever's server is like Hitler having an alliance with Stalin. There, less dramatic. Now, Kever himself isn't a groomer as far as I know, but he has a weird history with which groomers to call out and which to not. He's notorious for starting drama with people, and then when they respond, he covers behind his mods. Like, he cowers behind them every single time, and he plays victim and then sometimes cries about it on stream. As I mentioned before, he mocked someone who he had beef with for having suicidal thoughts and called them weak. He was also fine with having Wesley in his server, a known groomer, until a video came out exposing him for who he was, and that was when he decided to act on it, when the video came out. He also has Luminary, a known predator with the highest role in his Discord server other than his, and was completely fine with that fucking quagmire changing the rules of his server to say no mentioning pedophilia. You know, as a normal person who isn't guilty do. I mean, seriously, do you not understand how fucking dangerous that is? You have a known and historically creepy motherfucker with a high role and high influence in your server, and he's using it to silence people in a majority minor-ridden server for speaking out about pedophilia, and you help him by telling people not to discuss what you deem drama. You care about your community looking good and you not getting stressed out more than anything else, which is irresponsible for someone who has a YouTube channel and a Discord server. If you're going to have a platform, you're going to have to discuss drama sometimes, okay? You can't just cry about it and expect it to go away, because then it's just going to build up into a video like this. Anyway, you care more about your community looking good and you not getting stressed out than anything else. And if you're subscribed to this dude, I think you should really think about that. This dickhead cares more about his own interests and feelings than you or any of your friends watching his content. Is that really what you want to put your time and your effort into? There are so, and I mean so many streamers out there who offer what he has and who also genuinely care for their audience. And on top of that, put hours of work into their content just for you. Do you really want to support someone who could give a lick of a fuck about you from the most basic thing, like, I don't know, fucking pedophilia? We can't possibly have sunk this low as a species to where we're going to support someone who actively couldn't give a fuck about you. This guy bans people who even try to make him aware of the self-loathing, gaslighting, manipulative, two-faced, unloved, cheating, child-loving creep in your server. He cries and stresses about people in his chat who bring it up, but won't even try to hear anyone out that dares call him out. Is this really the person you want to be in a server with? Is this the coward that you want to be surrounded with? Is this who you want to be known for? Is this the kind of behavior you're fine with surrounding yourself with? Are you okay with a guy who has a person that knows how to gaslight really well with an audience that, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but has very impressionable people, or even some people who are high on disability spectrums who may not be able to defend themselves or properly decipher the kind of mindfuckery that this dude does? Like, sure, some people can look at what he says and be like, oh, that's obviously a gaslight, or acknowledge the patterns of this guy. But not everyone can, especially people at young ages or even some people with mental disabilities. You have people in there who creep out women daily, make weird content and comments about race and religion, who blatantly lie, who defend pedophilia. Kever, are you okay with this in your audience? It's a rhetorical question, of course, because clearly you fucking are, you coward. You don't mind any of this. What does that say about you? You know, here's me and my friends discussing him and Luminary on a call, just to show Kever that this is more than just text messages about him. This is like how people feel about you and your biggest mod. Kever, you are responsible for platforming Charles Monroe Miller, a racist, anti-Semite, victim-playing, sympathy, beggar, cheater, two-faced, manipulator, cowardly groomer. It's just a waste of air. You and your friends, like Mix, aka Ismail, and Dolo, both helped him meet more people, excused his actions, and even participated in some of them, such as mocking serious fucking issues. It shouldn't matter if you don't like someone. Death isn't something you come back from. That's not something you come back from, and that's not something you should play around about or play around with. That's not funny. Because when people laugh, when you guys die, that's karma. That's karma, bro. We should never celebrate death. But when you excuse it, when you make fun of it, you shouldn't be mad when people do. You shouldn't be mad when people celebrate it. It don't matter the context. If you say things that justify people dying, you shouldn't be mad when other people justify you dying. Because we're all equal. We're all equal. You guys are just as guilty. Mix, Alex, Dolo, Pollo, whatever your username is, and several others. You guys are all guilty. Sorry, this is a lot. This is years built up. I've witnessed all of this for 4 years, so this is a lot for me to say right now. And I'm not the only one. I say we because I'm just one of hundreds of people, genuinely hundreds. I counted hundreds of people that I fucking contacted for this video. I have their names written down on this paper, and it's gross. It's really gross. You support it. You all supported and defended someone who groomed and manipulated several, some of those being your own friends. There is no hearts in any of your souls, and if there is, it must be rotten with mold and shriveled up like a dry raisin. It's worthless, just like all of you. I still can't bring myself to wrap my head on how you possibly think this is okay. I know I wouldn't want my child or my friend's children or your children or the neighbor's children, anyone's children, to be around this. I wouldn't want anyone around this. I don't care if they're 5 or 50. I wouldn't want anyone around this. Is this okay? Is this okay to all of you? Of course it is. You're all Pred supporters. Stick with the label. Stick with the label. You've already gone this far. Just stick with that label. I pray all of you. I'm not even religious. But I pray. I pray to whatever is out there listening that all of you find some source of humanity, some ounce of being a proper human being and contributing to the people around you, because you contribute nothing. You contribute fucking nothing to anyone around you, because this is your legacy. This is all 6 of your guys' legacies. And after this video, that'll just cement that. If you don't change today, this is what all you'll be remembered for, man. This is all you'll be remembered for when you die. This is what people will remember you for. This is what future generations will remember you for. All right, Charles, for one, what are you? What do you exist for? You harm everyone around you who just wanted help, who just wanted someone that could be like a big brother to them, because they felt alone like you did, and you used feeling that way for a get off. You took people who wanted your support, who looked up to you, who cared about you, you took advantage of so you could jerk off. You're pathetic. You're a degenerate. You need help. Don't pull any sad sob story either. We get it. We get it. You're mad you never saw commitment in your family, so you're scared of it yourself. Nobody cares anymore. We've heard that story already. Grow from it. Don't continue the generational trauma. It ends with you. It ends with you. Go get help. Go get help. I mean it. If Don't sit around seething from this video and trying to act all with your little shrug emojis. No one's buying it anymore. We know you're mad because you're going to put some stupid depressing shit, or you're just going to pretend to have not seen the video. We know you have. Go get help. Go be a man. Be a better person than me and go get help. Wipe this smirk off my face. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong and go get help. I mean it, because you're disgusting, and you don't stand for nothing. You don't speak for nothing. You have all this platform, and you don't say nothing about nothing. You just don't. It is what it is. This video isn't even a diss. This is simply showing the life of a man. This is a documentary. This is a character study of a man, or a so-called man, a creature. A creature. You're a creature. Man. Boy. You don't even worth being called a boy. You're a creature. You're a thing. You're an anomaly. You're a mistake. Because there's something wrong up here in the head. There's something fucking wrong up here for you and for the people that defend you. There's something wrong up here. There's something wrong up in the head with this creature. And you have no path in life living this way. You'll be fired from your job, kicked out of public places, picked on everywhere. You should have kept my fucking name out your mouth, for one. And if your friend Ismail, aka Mix, wants to keep lying on my name and like starting a drama where there isn't, because, you know, he rides your fucking dick, even though he claims to be on both sides, which is crazy that you're on both sides of fucking pedophilia, especially when a couple of those victims are your friends. Friends. But you don't actually fucking care about them, because if you did, you wouldn't be associated with someone who did this to them. Not in a positive manner, at least. But, you know, if you want to keep defending this, if you want to keep riding his fucking dick like a good boy, you know, be an obedient little boy and ride his dick, then give me a month and I know I can probably even find stuff about you on him. Other than the fact that you also like to joke sexually around people under 18, which is really weird. You like to act sexual around me when I was young. I thought that was really weird. I don't care if it's a joke, that's still fucking weird. Dolo, I never expected anything from someone as sensitive and as stuck up as you, so I'm not disappointed. This is typical. You cheated on your partner too, so naturally people being treated like objects is okay with you. So I'm not even surprised. This is like, you know, the usual suspect. It's in your blood. It's in your blood to act this way. Kever, do better, man. You have potential to be a good guy. You know, like, your streams are entertaining, dude. If I'm being completely honest, you know, you have some streams that are pretty fun. But you're wasting so much of your life just tanking your reputation, because all 5 of you, Ismail, Dolo, Alex, Kever, Charles, all have one thing in common with each other in this video. Each of you, even people in your friend groups that hate me, I'm talking like despise me, that shit talk me with you guys all the time, gave me info for this video and for future videos. You have people that ain't even mutual friends with me giving me info on you, sending me your pictures, sending me your locations, sending me your name, sending me your friends, your IRL friends, mind you. People around you are all growing tired. There's no use in digging and finding out who the moles, the hundreds of moles are either. You'll never guess everyone. I promise that. As I said earlier, I will give you each $1,000 from my job if you all can guess the people who gave me your information. I'm far from alone on how I feel. More than 100 people by the end of this video came forward with something. Not counting editors, not counting the cartoon coming soon, not counting, the voice actors and whatnot. Just people who helped me in a way, shape, or form. You are playing a game and you are knowingly losing. You are getting shut out right now. You have no points on the board. People are tired of your guys' shit. Take this video as a warning to back off of starting drama or, being a pussy, and look in the fucking mirror, because your actions will be the end of your lives. Do any of you want to be remembered as creeps or creep defenders? Are these the actions you want to be remembered for? Because that is what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. And I think that's really sad, that if you die, anyone outside of your family, the 8 billion people on earth, that a chunk of those people will remember you as creep defenders. Or, if you're Charles, a creep. I may not be religious, but please, find God. You motherfuckers are sick. Maybe you got into an argument with your child, or maybe they seek guidance from someone that isn't in their family, because, sometimes telling your family certain things is embarrassing. So they seek guidance from someone else. And how would you feel if that someone else, took that feeling of inferiority, or that feeling of feeling down, and they took that, used them, and not only that, but when other people were telling them, hey, you're being used, hey, he's manipulating your problems to take advantage of you, how would you feel if your child started cutting off people who dare disagree with this guy? Even not just the manipulation thing, who just get into an argument with him. How would you feel if this guy was telling you to cut them off? And then the funny part, or telling your child to cut you off. Kever has a server where he protects the groomer, and he discourages people from speaking out about it. He bans them if they dare to. He, disencourages it. A guy who, any luminary, anytime, or Charles, anytime these allegations are brought up, him and his equally weird, deviant ass, degenerate friends, they go after the victim, and then for example, they name dropped me because years ago I told Charles not to groom minors online. This innocent guy is still mad at me because I told him he's weird for texting kids. His responses are the same shit, the same guilt trips. Don't let his sadness fool you. Don't feel pity for anything that you say about Charles or Kever or any of their glazers, because they glaze both of them. It's a, what's that circle? A diaphragm. It's a diaphragm. They connect in the end of the day. Don't let any of his responses. He said these exact, or this creature. He's not even a man or a boy. He's a creature. The things that he has done for years are a pattern. A pattern. And people just give him a slap on the wrist. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, okay. I won't do it again. I'm gonna do it again. This gotta stop. We have to have enough courage to be like, enough of that shit. Fuck that shit. But so many of these people are so cowardly that they're like, well, remember that time he sent me a funny meme? Or remember that time he was sad in a group chat? Or he gave me some base level advice that he probably learned off of YouTube shorts or fucking disgusting ass Reddit? Shut that shit up, dude. We gotta stop him. This is a serious problem that's been going on for 5 fucking years now. We are heading into 2026, or for some of you watching this, it is 2026. We're not gonna let this carry into that year. We're not gonna let these problems just linger around, because nothing happens when you just let them linger. Okay? This is a thing. All these things actually, not just the pedophilia. All the things I mentioned in this video: the cheating, the manipulating, the backstabbing, the pedophilia, the self-loathing, that can honestly be all of these things, are things that he's done for years. And the fact that I have to say have to say any of this should be a wake-up call that there is a problem. And I know people will still defend this shit. People are so quick to judge and victim blame, but nobody will ever bother to do anything about this, problem. You people will always call people fast, but you will never question how they got to that speed in the first place. And that only adds to the situation. Most people end up embracing what they're called so that the words that they hear don't hurt them anymore, especially when they're extremely demonized, and then they'll refuse help because they'll refuse to admit what they're doing is a problem, because doing so will cause the weight of all those bottled up emotions from being insulted so much and being treated differently to just explode on you. And it's a damn shame, and nobody wants to feel that way, so they just embrace it, and they're like, well, I'm different, it's a good thing, when it shouldn't be. So I really do not want to see any of those comments in my replies. And also, they're fucking minors. What are we doing? Are we seriously blaming minors for being groomed in 25, 26? Gee, dude. So yeah, Charles, when you are mature enough to stop being mad at me with your loser friend Ishmael, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't care. I don't care to learn. You're not worthy of me learning to pronounce your name. Because you unfollowed me on Instagram because I told you to stop lying about me. But you're defending a predator? Like, your friend Ismail's mad at me because I told you to be a normal person, not this sick, self-loathing degenerate. And when Kever grows a pair of fucking balls and stops crying about everything and actually, I don't know, deals with shit so that there isn't drama, then videos like this won't be necessary. Because Kever just lets shit linger and, like, bans it and tries to silence it so much. But, like, that's not how that works, man. When something happens, you knock on the door the first time, you're like, hey, do you have any food? And they're like, no, but you see there's a bunch of food, and then they close the door on you, and they're like, they'll go away. Second time, you're knocking on the door. Hey, I saw food. No, I don't have any food. This is a Tupac example. And, next time you're knocking on the door, you're really loud now. You're like, yeah, dude, I saw you have food. I'm starving out here. You got all this food. That's what happens. You keep you keep closing the door, hoping it'll just go away, and it just keeps building and building and building. Any drama that comes out of this is your fault, and it's because you're too scared to address things. You are a man with a platform, with thousands of people, literally thousands of people subscribed and watching your content, and hundreds in your Discord server. Of course drama's gonna happen, you fucking imbecile. Of course it's gonna happen. You can address it before it becomes anything bigger. Wow, what a novel idea. Like, dude, you let the drama happen and then you cry about it. And this isn't even drama, it's a fucking predator. Videos like this wouldn't be necessary, but if you just addressed it. But the reality is, right now, that you motherfuckers do not deserve to walk around on Earth happy and jolly when you dedicated yourself to, if you're Charles, grooming minors, ruining their lives, or if you're Kever and the other people who defended him, helping him groom girls, young 10, 11, 12, 13. Do these ages not matter to you? Do these people not matter to you? Some of which may, even if they don't know it, may have caused problems for them mentally from this entire thing, who may approach the world differently and more negatively because of this. And that negativity will get spread down to their future generations. And then those future generations will not only spread it to their friends, but they'll spread it to, the generations after them and after them and after them. You're just causing a bunch of trouble, dude. Like, we're on Earth once. If we're lucky, for 90 years, 80 years. And this is how you want to spend your life? This is how you want to be remembered? We're on Earth too short for this stuff, man. Like, it's more than just an age gap. It's more than just numbers. It's exploitation. It's abuse. It's objectification. You're teaching young people that they're nothing more than a get off to you. You teach them that they shouldn't even be focused. You teach them things that they shouldn't be focused on at their age. Some of these girls were in elementary, Charles. You took in girls who wanted advice or help or felt alone. And rather, you know how that feels. And rather than you know, being a man and helping them, you took you took in these girls and you took advantage of them so that you could get a get off. And then when you were too much of a coward to stay, you threw them away after you got your nut when fucking Pornhub is free to use. Charles, you know what it feels like to be treated like dirt. You know what it's like to feel alone. You claim to know what all these things are like, and yet you use that experience to spread the exact misery onto other people who never asked for this, you degenerate fucking loser. Kever, you defended this. You are just as guilty. You are just as guilty for having him in a server with hundreds of fucking people. You have blood on your hands metaphorically and almost probably literally. To you, it may be online messages, but these are things where someone is young and impressionable, is being taught terrible things, being taken advantage of. It's gross. It's gross. I don't know how you sleep at night. You don't deserve to celebrate Christmas knowing you platformed this and didn't care for a second. Alright, so we're at the conclusion. I wanted to put a face to the end of this video just to show the level of, how do I say this? Seriousness, I guess? The level of, no, that's a good word. The level of seriousness to this. And I don't want to edit this either. I don't want this part, I don't want to feel robotic. I don't want it to feel manufactured. I want this to be real, from the heart, just a genuine talk. Thank you to everyone. I know there's probably some people that tuned out of this video. I didn't really know any other way to format it. I didn't want to go by year. This is a lot. And I would have went on tangents knowing me. So I just categorized it all and then tied it all together at the end. But thank you all to the people that stuck to the conclusion, because this is the part of the video that matters the most to me. At the very least, for the people who are being called out in this video. And I'm going to name drop a few more people in this conclusion, and I highly advise that you stick around for this one. I also wanted to put my face to this video so that, because I already know how the people who defend this guy are going to be, and how the people who support the people around him are. And I want to put my face to it so that they don't try to go and do this mystery on who's the leakers and who's not, because there's hundreds. There's hundreds of people that helped me make this video. People that I'm not mutual friends with on Discord, people that I don't follow on Instagram, people that don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, people that don't even like me, helped me make this video. This has been, what, a month in the making, and my friends didn't find out about it until 2 weeks in. So, yeah, this video has been about 5 months in the making. And, you know, if you're going to go after anyone for this video, come after me. Because I have all the receipts to back up every fucking thing that I'm saying in this video. So, if you want somebody to go after, come after me. Because I don't care. I don't want you going after the victims. I don't want you to do a little Scooby-Doo mystery search, because it's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to stop me. It's not going to prevent anything else from getting leaked, because there's more moles in your friend group than you realize, and you'll never find out who all of them are. I promise you. I will send each person involved that I call out in this video $1,000. $1,000. And if you can name every single person that you think helped me. But, so, yeah, don't even try. Don't even try. It's not worth it, and that's not the point of this video, and that's just going to make it worse. That's just going to make more people hate you, because you seriously care more about searching for whoever may or may not have told me things than the fact that these people, the reason that these people might have leaked, the reason that these people told me things. That's what you care about, not the fact that, whatever. I'm just going to get into the conclusion. I'm going to get into the notes that I've written down, which again should also go to show that this video is really serious to me, because I improvise almost all my old videos. Most of them I've taken down, but almost all my videos I improvise. And I even promised I wouldn't do drama content anymore. And I don't even consider this drama content. I just consider this the truth, which needs to be out there. It deserves to be archived, and any university or job you apply at, or friend you make online deserves to know these things about all of you. So, yeah. What a video, huh? It's really weird. I don't know how to wrap up this video. Best thing I can do is just discuss things I think everyone needs to hear. If somebody that you know, that you sent this video to or you talked about it with, refuses to watch the whole thing, I understand. Just tell them to look in the description, click the timestamps, and just watch that. Just watch this conclusion. Or the last 3 chapters. Those are the most important things. The other stuff is the other stuff is important too. But if there's nothing else, I just want them to watch this conclusion. I'm going to address everybody one by one and kind of together, because it's hard not to. So I apologize if I start mixing names around. No pun intended. Luminary. You know what? Fuck that. Why am I even calling you that? You don't deserve to name yourself Charles Monroe Miller from Wisconsin. Ooh, such a scary state. What are you going to do to me? What the fuck is wrong with you? And you typing some paragraph with scary words in a different font isn't going to bother me. I've been through a lot of things since the last time we've talked. That doesn't scare me. You typing dangerous, your friends threatening me, your friends having my address, none of that scares me. None of that scares me. I don't care what happens to me. I just care about what happens to you. So, what the fuck is wrong with you? Just because nobody hugged you when you were young doesn't mean other people shouldn't experience love either. Doesn't mean that you should ruin their idea of what love should look like, of what it should be. Instead of listening to people, instead of, seeking help like you always talk about you should do, your ego is filled with your own fucking farts, and you decide to bury yourself around people who are just as low, as worthless, as cowardly as you. You decide to spread the harm that the world caused to you, and you expect people to be nice to you. You expect people outside of your little echo chamber to be nice to you. Fuck that. How would you or Kever or any of the people in Kever's or your server that defend you, how do you think any of you would feel, or any of the people watching this video, how would you feel if your son or your daughter or your child, just in general your child, or your neighbor's child, or anyone's child really, but specifically for this example, your child, if you had a kid or if you adopted a kid, how would you feel if they were being taught sexual things online at a really young age, 11, 12, 10, 13, 15, 16, 17? How would you feel if they were being taught sexual things at that age? Now, sure, those last couple ages, they probably know things, but they shouldn't be talking about those things with grown adults who are about to graduate college. They really shouldn't. And they shouldn't even be thinking about those things in the first place. So, it doesn't matter if they know about them already or not. But, how would you feel if they were being taught these things from an adult online who has a history of treating people like garbage, who is not safe to be around? How would you feel if they were in a Discord server with hundreds of people where they are not safe? You are not safe in Kever's server. And the douchebags, the cock-sucking morons in that server who run it, who don't care less about any of them. They care less. They could care less about any of you if you're a viewer of Kever. If I'm being completely honest, he's a guy who sees his viewers as numbers, not people, numbers. And before he says that's not true, guys, that's not true, chat. I see all of you guys as equal. I see all of you guys as equal. No, he doesn't. He can pull that act. He's going to. When he sees this video, he's going to say, that's not true, guys. I actually see you guys as, equal. And, it's not true, chat. It's not true. Hold on. IBS isn't working. Hold on, my stream's lagging. But it's not true. Because what fucking person who sees his viewers as people treats their audience like this? Like, he protects the groomer who is in his server, and he gives power to this notorious evil person over your child. How would you feel if your child was in that server and a person who treats women and shit, even men, like dirt, has power over your child, has more to say over your child? And he knows the loopholes and he gets around them, and so the police can't do anything about it, and that's not the police's fault. I don't think we should trash on the police from this video, but it goes to show, like, anyway, how would you feel if this guy was talking to that child when they were feeling vulnerable?